Hi everybody, welcome back. I know you guys are a little bit tired. It's still early in the week. Luckily it's not Monday, so that's something to look forward to as we're closer to Friday. All right, everybody had a good day so far? Yeah, just a long day. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just take your seats real quick. Now, does anybody remember what we talked about last class on Monday? We talked about different types of colors. We talked about the color wheel and their different associations with warm and cold. Does anybody remember what we talked about? What about primary colors? Does anybody remember what primary colors are? Erica? That's right, it's the three colors that can make any color: red, blue, and yellow. All right. Anybody remember what secondary colors are? A little bit trickier. John? Exactly, it is the colors that you make when you take two primary colors and mix them together to create that secondary color. Like orange and green and purple. Now, anybody else know what tertiary colors is? This is a new concept. You guys just learned this. You didn't learn this from last year. Erica? Tertiary colors. Yes, it is what you get when you mix a primary and a secondary color for the third type of color. Very good. You guys did great with that. Now, I'm going to introduce something new to you guys. What do you guys know about negative space? Chris? That's a good definition. It is the space where nothing is, a blank canvas. Basically, it is you outline something and there's all these different things around it and there's nothing in that space. It's just white or black. That is a negative space and it's showing almost a silhouette of something. Okay, you got that? Now, what do we do when we combine these things? That's what this project is going to be about, guys. So I want you guys to pick anything in the room. It can be scissors, it can be pencils, it can be your pencil case. Anything that you can trace from a 3D plane laying on your piece of paper. I want it to be a couple multiple objects. That way it's just like a cool pile and you tracing around it to create this white space. After you trace this, I want you to leave that space where those areas of like your pencils or your scissors, wherever they were, you leave that white. You do not touch it anymore. But around this, we're going to take the concept of colors. Now, you're going to take the same ideas from last class, were warm and cold, and how they work together when you mix them, and we're going to use something new. Instead of color pencils, we're going to use watercolor. Watercolor is a little bit trickier, but I want you guys to try the best you can to stay in the lines and not touch that negative space because it needs to stay white, okay? And I want you guys to try and not muddy up the colors. And what do I mean by that? So if you pick blue, put yellow next to it and use the water to mix the colors on the paper to get like a cool gradient. But you don't want to put like a violet next to the yellow. That'll make kind of a muddy color. Just use that same concept where we learned opposites on the color wheel and their complementary colors and create some really cool designs in the background. All right, everybody clear on that? Now, I'm gonna get a couple examples to make sure you guys understand. Let's see, here we go. Now, this one is a really cool one. This is kind of the same concept that we used last class with your hand and using warm colors and cool colors. That's kind of similar, but if you can, I would try to do something like this one where it's multiple things laid over each other. You can still use leaves like we have on our roses and our flowers for our still lifes. Now, I do want this color. This is a very good example of how I want the colors to be kind of mixed and almost tie-dyed where it's mixed on the paper. This is not the best example with it just being black, but it is a really good showing of the negative space where they overlap, and this is just the image that you're tracing and your background, but this background does not need to be black. So take these two concepts and mix them, and then you get this. I would prefer if they were overlaying each other. That would make it really cool and really unique to you guys. But if you want to, you can lay it around. Now, there's one more thing for you guys. Alrighty. Now this type of art is actually really popular in Lexington galleries. I've been there a couple times. There is the Arts Century 21. It is a great gallery. There are multiple levels. A lot of this art is there. I would definitely ask your parents if you want to go check it out to go look there. It's really wonderful. Now, I am going to go ahead and pass out your stuff. I want it to be on watercolor paper. Now, why do I want it to be on watercolor paper? Mainly because I am asking you guys to mix a lot of water. Watercolor paper is a lot thicker and it's meant for watercolor because I don't want you guys' pieces to be destroyed using just regular printer paper, but I'm gonna go ahead and provide that with you guys. You guys can go ahead and pick out your colors for your watercolor. Just make it as fun and as colorful as you. I want this to be out of the box. I want it to be completely unique to you. And any questions? None? You guys got it? You guys good with the color mixing from last time? Okay, no questions about negative space. All right, I'm gonna walk around, and if you guys have any questions, just let me know, guys.